Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating and honestly deeply frustrating phenomenon: why earning a great salary often still leaves you feeling entirely broke. We all know people, maybe it's even us, who bring in thousands every month, yet somehow still find themselves trapped living paycheck to paycheck. You work hard, you hit your career goals, but real wealth just always seems out of reach. Well, today we're exposing the hidden rules of financial psychology. Because the truth is, a high income just creates a fake sense of security. The real issue isn't your paycheck at all, it's your psychology.
So, let's dive right into this. Your default relationship with money is likely the exact thing keeping you financially stuck. Ask yourself honestly, are you saving out of fear or spending out of boredom? When you interact with your money, what's really driving that decision? Most of us never actually stop to examine our money habits, which means we're just operating completely on autopilot. And if you don't examine that default relationship with money, you remain a slave to your instincts. Realizing this, that awareness is your very first system upgrade. Section 1. Your hidden money personality. Let's understand your type.
We love to think our financial decisions are perfectly rational, right? Just pure math. But the reality is, we all have a default money personality that completely dictates our habits, silently deciding whether we build assets or just pile up liabilities. You usually fall into one of two default modes. You're either an impulsive spender, happily trading your future freedom for a quick dopamine hit today, like that $50 aesthetic water bottle you swore would change your life, or you're a fearful saver, hoarding cash under the mattress while inflation quietly destroys its value. The crazy part, both paths lead to the exact same destination: staying broke.
Section 2. The impulsive spender trap. Let's look at those emotional spending leaks. Emotions make your money disappear. Oof, that hits hard, doesn't it? When you spend money out of stress, frustration, or just pure boredom, you're making an absolutely devastating trade. You're sacrificing your long-term financial freedom for a fleeting, temporary moment of comfort. Think about your last really impulsive purchase. At that exact moment, it probably felt so urgent and absolutely necessary. But a few days later, you probably forgot all about it. That is emotional spending in a nutshell, and it is a massive wealth destroyer.
The crucial takeaway here is that undirected cash always disappears through emotional leaks. Think about how your paycheck is divided. You've got your essential bills, sure, maybe a tiny sliver set aside for investments. But what about that massive chunk that just seems to evaporate? Those are your hidden leaks. The daily coffees, the forgotten app subscriptions, the random upgrades to impress people you don't even really like. These are repeated micro-losses. They quietly ruin your wealth one small impulse purchase at a time, keeping you totally trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, no matter how much your salary increases.
Section 3. The Fearful Saver Trap. Meet the invisible inflation thief.
But hey, what if you're the complete opposite? What if you're someone who thinks piling up cash in a bank account makes you perfectly safe from the world? Well, here is a really harsh reality. Simply saving money is actually making you poorer. We're taught from a young age that saving is responsible, but saving only protects your capital. It doesn't grow it. In fact, thanks to average inflation, a dollar saved in the year 2000 has lost nearly half its purchasing power today. Your savings should only be a baseline emergency fund. It is absolutely not a wealth-building strategy.
You see, inflation acts as this invisible thief. While your idle cash balance might look perfectly flat and secure sitting there on a screen, your actual purchasing power is steadily declining. Inflation is eating your idle cash alive. Every single day, it just sits in a checking or savings account. If you let fear dictate your financial decisions, you stop yourself from investing in compounding assets like index funds or real estate. And that fear, it ends up costing you massive, life-changing capital over the decades.
Section 4. Instincts versus systems. Spoiler alert: willpower is going to fail you.
The truly wealthy do not operate on raw instinct. They recognize a fundamental truth about human nature. Motivation and willpower are kind of a scam. They will eventually fail under stress. You might budget really strictly for a week, but the second a bad day at work hits, that stress triggers an emotional spend, and those rigid rules just break. Willpower gets tired. Automated systems, on the other hand, run forever. They are perfectly logical, devoid of emotion, and they are exactly what the wealthy use to build lasting empires.
To upgrade our buggy human software, we need an automated financial system. This is a structural, permanent setup that directs your cash flow, your savings, your investments, your bills, without requiring a single ounce of daily human discipline. You make the right financial decision exactly once, and then you just let the system do all the heavy lifting silently in the background while you actually go live your life.
Section 5. Upgrading to automated wealth. It's time to upgrade your system.
Once you identify and name your default bias, whether you're the fearful saver or the impulsive spender, you can deliberately build a system to override it. And it just takes 3 steps. Step 1, acknowledge that bias. Are you chasing dopamine or hiding from inflation? Step 2, use the 48-hour rule for spending. If an item is non-essential, you force a strict 48-hour delay. The emotional high fades, logic returns, and boom, you kill the emotional spending leak. Step 3, fully automate your savings and investments first. This is the classic pay yourself first principle, and it honestly changes everything.
Here's exactly how that automated flow works in practice. When your paycheck arrives, you do not touch it. Your system immediately and automatically routes a set percentage straight to your investments and your savings. Then your essential bills are paid automatically. Only after those 2 things happen do you even look at the leftover cash. And that leftover money? That is pure guilt-free spending money. You don't need willpower to resist spending it because your wealth building has already been entirely taken care of.
0. That is the exact number of daily financial decisions you have to make once your wealth system is fully automated. Think about that for a second. You never have to wake up and ask yourself, should I invest today or can I afford this? This system already decided for you back when you were thinking logically. Automation removes human error entirely from the equation.
Ultimately, executing this requires a major mental shift. You need to close the personal identity gap. You have to start making decisions today like the wealthy asset builder you want to become tomorrow. If you see yourself as an owner and an investor, rather than just a mindless consumer, your habits will naturally align with your future goals. Act like your future self and prioritize tomorrow's financial safety over today's fleeting comfort. So, I'll leave you with this final, absolutely critical choice. Will you master your personality, or will your personality master your bank account? The gap between the broke and the wealthy isn't just about the size of a salary, it's about the systems they build to protect themselves from their own worst instincts. Identify your bias today. Build that automated system. Because if you don't control your money, I can promise you, your money and your emotions will control you. So what's the very first system you're going to automate today?